This video I am making as a task for International FDP on Environment and Sustainability. I have taken a case study of Samsung Green Memory. Now, I made two previous videos. Week 1 video link is this. In this, I had talked about environment and sustainability in computers, where I had covered the effects of computer on environment and health, and gave a brief introduction about the Samsung Green Memory. Now in week 2, I had the link of my video is this, where I had talked about the green computing and various standards and industry certifications. Also, I told about the power consumption of memory. Now the video outcomes would be that one would know the importance of green computing and standards. Then what are the carbon and water footprint certifications, calculation of SSD life expectancy, and then calculate per capacity carbon footprint. The various standards, the PAS 250 standard is very important, and the certifications that Samsung gives are based on PAS 250 and draft ISO 14046. PAS 250 is for carbon footprint, and it is a publicly available specification for assessing product life cycle greenhouse gas emissions, prepared by BSI British Standards and co-sponsored by the Carbon Trust and the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. Draft ISO 14046 is for water footprint, provides principles, requirements and guidelines for conducting and reporting a water footprint assessment as a standalone assessment or as a part of a more comprehensive environmental assessment. Then Carbon Trust standards are very important. Carbon Trust is a globally accredited non-profit certification body established by the British government to accelerate the move to a sustainable low carbon economy. Each certification by the Carbon Trust was made after thorough assessment of the environmental impact of carbon emissions and water usage before and throughout the production cycle, because based on international standards. Other important certification is Environmental Product Declaration. EPDs are based on principles inherent in the ISO standard for Type 3 environmental declarations, ISO 14025, giving them a widespread international acceptance. An environmental product declaration is a transparent, objective report that communicates what a product is made of and how it impacts the environment across its entire life cycle. The environmental footprint certification of Samsung are as follows. Now 64 GB NAND flash 10 nanometer RAM has got low carbon product E certification. 4 GB 20 nanometer RAM has got carbon footprint certification, and SSD 850 has got water footprint certification. These are environmental product declaration certifications for Samsung. Hence, Samsung is contributing towards green memory. Samsung Semiconductor Solutions with environmental certifications. Samsung is having low carbon footprint, and hence it has received a number of certifications from the accreditation body is Korean Ministry of Environment. It is getting carbon footprint certifications, low carbon certifications for its products. The sum of its products are described as in the PPTs. It is also getting water footprint certification, EPD certification, low carbon footprint certification. Now carbon emission, footprint calculations and computations. Since I have taken a case study for Samsung Green Memory, so it has not revealed much data. Whatever data is available online, based on it, it is using VNAND technology for Samsung's 512GB UFS 3.0, and it provides optimal speed, power efficiency and productivity to deliver twice the capacity and 2.1 times the sequential speed of its 4th generation 64 layers VNAND based 256GB UFS 2.1, while requiring 30% less operating voltage. It is requiring less operating voltage, hence less power consumption and hence less carbon footprint. Also, it is utilizing a unique etching technology that pierces more than 90 cell layers in a single precise step. So the piercing, the power or the used while piercing is also less. This allows the chip to have nearly 1.5 times more stack layers than the previous generation and accommodate a 25% reduction in chip size. So there is reduction in chip size, increase in speed. At the same time, it is minimizing the overall increase in carbon and water footprints for each VNAND cell layer. So we have seen that the technology that is being used is using VNAND technology, and the etching procedure and the manufacturing procedure is such that it is we are getting a reduction in carbon and water footprints. This is the data that is available on the website for Samsung 512GB 3 environmental footprint. For carbon footprint is 30.4 kilogram carbon dioxide, and water footprint is 0.31 meter cube water footprint. Now 13.4 kilogram carbon dioxide is comparable to the amount that is absorbed by 230-year-old pine trees in a year. So it won't have a vast effect on the environment, and that much carbon dioxide that it is producing could be absorbed by 230-year-old pine trees in a year only. Now this is a data for carbon footprint calculations. If the capacity of VNAND is 512GB, then total carbon footprint is 1.599 kilogram carbon dioxide per unit. So we can obtain per capacity carbon footprint, that is given by total carbon footprint divided by capacity, that is 1.599 divided by 512 gives you 0.0031 kilogram carbon dioxide per GB. Similarly, for a 64GB VNAND and gives a carbon footprint of 0.436 kilogram carbon dioxide per unit. So per capacity carbon footprint could be obtained as 0.0068 kilogram carbon dioxide per GB, which is obtained by dividing this 0.436 by 64. So you get this thing. Now total carbon footprint for 8 terabyte SSD per year, it could be obtained by multiplying this by 8, and 1 terabyte is having 1024 GB. Now the lifetime of the semiconductor drives that are used by Samsung, its reliability or its lifespan depends on 3 factors: age of the drive, total terabytes written over time expressed as TBW, and drive writes per day written as DWPD. Now solid state drive's lifespan is the measure of an SSD drive's usable life cycle. SSD endurance is based on the number of write or erase cycles a flash block can reasonably accept before producing hard errors or complete failures. So all the remaining slides are giving you the lifespan of the SSD. So again I have taken an example of Samsung built with 3D VNAND technology, because 3D VNAND technologies gives results in green memory or low carbon footprint memory. So I am taking the example of 3D VNAND. Now SSD endurance and durability. So as I explained to you that TBW, what is TBW? TBW measures how many cumulative writes a drive can reasonably expect to complete over its life span. Now TBW stands for total terabytes written over time. So total terabytes written over time. I have taken an example. If the drive is rated for 300 terabyte writes, this is how many writes the drive can take before needing replacement. So suppose the capacities are 256 GB or 512 GB, 2 terabytes, 4 terabytes, then terabytes written for them will be 150 terabytes written, 300 terabytes written, and all this data is taken from this link. Now other term say drive writes per day. So drive writes per day, this case is study is taken for a memory of capacity 200 GB which has a warranty period of 5 years. So if DBWD is 1, then cumulative writes over 5 years in terabyte is 365, and if this count is doubled, of course the cumulative writes are also doubled. So final calculation of the lifespan of a SSD is given by the formula write cycles into capacity over SSD factor into data written per year. So if the write cycles are 3000, capacity is 1 terabyte, SSD factor which is calculated as a ratio of real amount of data to actual data written, and it is estimated as 5. Amount of data written to the drive per year, the estimate we have to take between 1500 to 2000 GB. So the amount is taken as 1750 GB. So for these parameters, the lifespan of a SSD is calculated as follows. Write cycles, that is 3000, capacity, that is 1 terabyte. So this is written as 1000 GB capacity divided by 5 into 1750. So this comes out to be 342 years. So the lifespan of a SSD is 342 years. For this 3D VNAND, we have come out that for error free for 342 years, and if we have to calculate mean time between failures, it is roughly 2.5 million hours for a SSD. And these are the references which are taken to prepare this case study, as this case study is taken from for Samsung. The data that is available online is limited, and that data I have tried to use in my case study for this FDP. Thank you.